This comes to us from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. And it's about President Trump and him signing that thing that, Jim Baker and all those other people just have the biggest boner about right now. So here's the article. It says, he has failed to fulfill his promise to get rid of and totally destroy the Johnson Amendment, according to an admission filed in court by his own lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
The Department of Justice filing comes in response to the FFRF's federal lawsuit challenging Trump's executive order on religious freedom, and has been reported by the Washington Post, Politico, and many others. Trump's attorneys admitted, quote, the order does not exempt religious organizations from the restrictions on political campaign activity applicable to all tax-exempt organizations.
Oh,
That's
God.
the Johnson Amendment.
Oh, yes. Oh, that feels so good. That's so delicious. That's so delicious. It's like, it's almost like we built into our system of government tyrants having a really hard time being tyrants.
Yeah.
It's almost like we named tyrants specifically in our founding documents.
And so the FFRF sued Trump and the IRS on May 4th, the day he signed it. They pointed out that there was a disconnect between the language in the order and Trump's inflated claims in his announcement about the order's effect. Trump repeatedly boasted that he was getting rid of the Johnson Amendment and that doing so would be his greatest contribution to Christianity. And he claimed that his executive order allowed tax-exempt churches to politic from the pulpit. And on June 8th, he told the evangelicals in a crowd at the Faith and Freedom Coalition. We were angry about this one.
Yeah.
That executive order also followed on one of my campaign promises to many of you to stop the Johnson Amendment from interfering with your First Amendment rights. And everybody claps.
No.
That was my promise.
Churches don't get First Amendment rights.
This executive order,
they do, but not. They have limited First Amendment rights.
And then,
because they're not people.
Yeah, so he continued on with that whole, I did this for you, Christians, I did this for you, and then he doubled down on it some more, saying that he got rid of the Johnson Amendment, even though he didn't, because...
And his own lawyers are like, he didn't.
So, according to Trump's own lawyers, the order was not technically such a big deal. It was, to borrow a phrase from the Trump White House, a big nothing burger. From a legal standpoint. To put it more simply, it appears Trump didn't understand his own executive order, which is case in point with this whole fucking administration.
Literally every executive order he's ever signed.
His religious freedom order was all pomp and no substance, an admission that we now have in court documents thanks to the Freedom from Religion Foundation. So please give them money. Keep giving FFRF money.
I believe that no, it's the Recovering from Religions that's doing Harvey donations. They're doing Harvey fundraising. So, but Freedom from Religion's still great. Give them money next paycheck. This paycheck, let's go ahead and give it to Recovering from Religion for Harvey victims.
Yeah, don't give it to Red Cross because their CEO makes a shitload of money on the pennies per dollar that you donate go more towards that staff and the people that work at the higher up of it then. Right. And maybe they deserve it because they're a huge organization, but
give the Red Cross blood, but maybe not money.
Not give your money to them. Nope.
They got a lot of money. They've got a lot of money.
They got a lot of money.
Let's go. The Recovering from Religion is doing some really good work for Harvey. They're making sure that it's all in relief efforts and none of it's going to religious charities. It's pretty cool. So,
you can trust those guys. Yeah.
And then next paycheck, show your love to Freedom from Religion because they just did a good thing for everyone.
They did.
And so
they did.
To paraphrase this as short as I possibly can, this came from the Washington Post, and it was a cheeky title where it says, critics said Trump's religious liberty order does nothing. The administration's lawyers seem to agree. That's what the title of it was. So,
Washington Post is killing it, you guys.
Yeah. Give your money to them, too.
Killing it.
And the best line of this one says, it explains, Department of Justice attorneys defending the order argued in court that it doesn't change any existing laws or alter any policies to benefit churches or clergy. So you got sold a giant raft of shit, Christians. So Jim Baker happily clapping his hands and crying about a pen that was used to sign this executive order, and everybody crowing like, the churches are going to be able to politic. It's like, No.
I mean, they are, but
they
more
still
than
will.
They've already been. Like,
so,
like when we finally get that guy back in, when we finally get a new person hired to do that job someday, then you watch out, Baker. They're coming for you.
We can only hope.
And so
you should go back to jail.
A Christian nationalist by the name of David Lane, who runs the American Renewal Project, jack off motions here, said that the court filing shows the limitations of Trump's executive order. So this is a guy fully on the side of, we need this gone kind of thing, saying, yeah, it's limited. In the long run, it doesn't do anything for us because in the end, the Johnson Amendment is a law passed by Congress.
What? Division of power?
And on a quick LexisNexis search, if you guys went to college, you know what that is. Law 360, which is
Nexus? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's still big. A news site said that bar on religious political activity still applies, says the DOJ. So it's like it didn't do anything.
Apparently nothing. Apparently it was absolutely meaningless.
It was just
it's almost like
hot air.
Well, Obama did a bunch of these too, but his were not like straight up lies. Like he admitted, like this is just a suggestion. Like that was the executive order said it. It's like suggestion, and he's like signing it. It's like suggested order.
Suggested order. Puppies are cute.
But this one, Like, kids should eat healthy. Like that's
why not?
My recommendation.
I think we can all agree on that one.
It was not a suggested order. It was just like this is my order, and everyone's like,
you can't do that. That's a law passed by Congress. You just can't repeal laws. That's not how the presidency works.
No, yeah, it's like the kid in the back seat of the car yelling for the driver to go faster.
Or as I did to my parents one time at a red light, Dad, go! And we almost got into a fucking car accident. My brother dared me to. What else am I supposed to do? That's what Trump is. He's that asshole kid in the backseat daring somebody to do something that's going to get them in trouble.
Your dad not fully paying attention at the thing going, okay.
What do the Christians want me to do? All right, I'm good with that. That's fine with me.
Does it make me look good? Are people going to like it? Yes, people will like it.
I'm going to sign it. Okay. T-bone.
he just dips it. Somebody takes his hand and dips it in ink. And then
it'd work better if it was like finger paint. It's a big thumbprint. Oh wait, sorry. You'd have to have big thumbs to make big thumbprints. So
my name starts with T. Can I drive the truck?
He is a toddler.
Ooh, I'm a fireman.
President toddler.
I hope that picture of him pretending to drive the truck is like his official White House portrait.
Well, when I move into my new abode, I will print that picture up and have it in the studio because of him driving the big truck. I drive big truck.
I drive the truck.